The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Brouhaha time.
I said burn! It's cold in here. I said there must be some content in the atmosphere. Here we go.
I like what you did there, Nick. He's not going to say anything, and he just walked in right when the music started.
Swagger.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did, except I kind of forgot that this was about to happen. So I
is that why?
didn't know. I was actually waiting for the intro to work it out.
All right, 5 seconds. Starts now.
Local government making number twos number one priority in the workplace.
Okay, look, that's aroused my interest.
Yeah, it's got Lutzi. I know this story.
Do you? Where do you guys get them from?
Just watching the news. It's Sharon Godella from Channel 10. All right, Lockie.
YouTuber fills the world with dramatic secret transformation.
I actually missed the second word.
Dramatic. Did you say secret transformation?
You what?
He faded out on his language there, didn't he?
You know what he was trying to do? He was trying to do eye contact. I think he turned away from the microphone.
Yeah, I heard,
Poor mic technique.
I heard knew someone. I
Yes.
didn't hear that bit. But I don't think you can. No, I'm
You
gonna
get
go. I
5
gotta
seconds.
go. I gotta go with Nick.
I'm going to go Lockie.
I'm going to go Nick as Nick.
Yeah.
I was going to say Nick as
Is
well. I
that
thought you
3
were going
from
to say
3?
Nick.
4 from 4. God, good
I'm
job, Nick.
curious about the number 2 thing.
He's good at selling it, Nick, isn't he?
Queensland Health have been lauded by the public by telling people in a social media post it's okay to poo at work to raise awareness of the dangers of holding it in.
Yeah, well, it's something that worries me with Ashley.
They are. It's okay, Ash, you can
He
relax.
holds it in too much because he doesn't like doing it at certain places.
Yeah.
You're a prime candidate for this.
Go
Just
on.
do it work, mate.
Yeah, the Queensland Health, they've got really good form in this department, using their social media to, really undercut the seriousness of the message and make it fun. So by putting this up on their socials, this rainbow unicorn covered video with a bit of a nice little Florence and the Sheen underneath it, dolphins and rainbows everywhere.
Because they've borrowed from that old campaign from Squatty Potty,
Yes.
where they use a unicorn to poo rainbow soft serve, essentially, using the right position.
Squatty Potty was a thing for a
I
while,
found it.
wasn't
I
it?
found it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember those?
I
Oh,
found,
I
it
do.
I found it in my storage unit the other
Oh,
day,
you
so
got
I've
one,
got it
didn't
back
you?
in use.
I used to work with someone who'd bring it to
Yeah,
work.
bring it to work.
Oh,
That's-
yes.
That's too far.
You'd see it.
Name names in the
He
podcast.
was a real
I'll tell-
gun.
Yeah, good one. Yeah.
He was a real guy.
Gee, that was good, Lutzi.
I still don't know, and they're
No,
obviously
neither do
giving.
Yeah. But look, they're like, a lot like
Can
the
I
government.
say something?
Yes, please.
I don't care.
Don't hold it in.
If you poo at work, whatever. But there should be a ban on doing it in that toilet at work that is immediately
door.
on the left-hand
Yeah.
side
That's Nick's
as you
cubicle.
walk in.
No, that's
That-
that's my emergency cubicle there. I refer to that one as the Hague because it's for walk-ons only.
Yeah, you got to go furthest away.
Oh, Suse,
Oh, the one around the
Suse,
corner.
There's 3 toilets in
Yeah.
the men's area, and one toilet is like
Hard right.
You have to go.
Okay. There's
a
you
weirdly
have to
long
walk
corridor.
past it
Long.
to get to the
Yeah.
urinal,
Same.
and people override the 2 that wouldn't bring anybody else into the equation, and they go right there. And then you've got to go past it on the way back out.
That's ridiculous. Who would do that?
He does.
Nick.
No,
Oh.
no.
You've gotta
When
pretty
my
much
normal
touch-
one's taken.
Yeah. You've got to be able to touch the door to get out.
Oh, absolutely.
You're right there.
Oh, that one. Yeah, we've got one
And
of
there's,
those.
a,
No.
and there's enough gap in the door where you
Yeah.
get a glimpse of someone in
But
there.
also, when you open the
Yeah,
door,
I know, you do.
when you open the door, it
Wafts.
drags
Yes.
the air
So
from.
you actually get a suction
Yeah.
straight out of someone's butthole.
I'll try and push the serious health message here.
Yeah,
So
please
what
do.
are they saying?
So what they're saying is no condition.
that big of a problem?
Oh, yeah, no, it is, because what they're saying is the gut and anxiety can be easily linked. So people who choose not to go are actually affecting their health because they're a bit worried about noises and sounds and smells and stuff. So this is trying to make a bit more for conditions like hemorrhoids or this one called parcopresis, which is a social anxiety disorder. So what they're suggesting is like exactly right. So we're spreading a message here, buddy. So what we're trying. So they're saying tips for stress-free public number 2s include remembering that everyone poops. And this is what they say. Visualise someone famous on the toilet, like Taylor Swift.
Well, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's like that thing. Don't think of an elephant. Don't think of Taylor Swift pooping.
Yeah, I'm
So you can't, you think,
Are people actually worried about pooing in their work
Yeah,
toilets?
is that big of a health concern?
They reckon
On a
2
coffee
and
table.
5.
Spend your money on better things,
2 and 5
Queensland
people.
Health. That's what I say. Really? Spend it on sick people, not
God
people who
sake.
can't be bothered
God
pooing.
sake.
They're making
Yeah,
more
you're
people
right.
sick.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
World Expo 88. Together, we'll change the world. Show the world.
Show the world. It's my shirt.
Oh, right.
Is that brand new? I mean,
Well, I think it's genuine. I'm wearing a T-shirt, World Expo 88. I think it's genuine retro. Like, it's old school. Chris Jones got it for me.
it's good quality.
Presented it to me. And we're on stage at the South East Queensland Council of Mayors
Oh, really? It's awesome.
because he knows how much impact it had on me.
I love.
Pretty
Everyone
cool,
loves.
eh?
It's
That is very-
awesome.
Now, the platypus that is obviously
It was, isn't it?
an emblem. Can you remember his name, Suze?
I can't remember the mascot.
It was Ollie? Well, that was the one in Sydney.
It says Expo Oz. So maybe
Expo Oz.
maybe the name was Expo Oz.
I actually couldn't remember the platypus till I saw him. He's in like a safari suit. You know, he's
yeah.
wearing a safari suit.
And it's got the sails and everything in the Brisbane River.
Expo 88 was the best.
It was the best.
I mean,
Try and explain it. Try and explain to Buzz.
To someone who doesn't know what it is.
You don't know what it is?
Well, I wasn't alive,
Where
nor
do you
was I living in
start?
Brisbane.
Yeah, I
Start.
mean, but I went to like Dubai a couple of years ago for World Expo, and we all should go to Osaka next year because
Yes, I remember you saying that.
I ran into the guy that ran
Let's take the show.
Dubai the other day at that
the show.
mayoral thing I went to, and he said, Australia's doing some great stuff at the Osaka World Expo, so we could hook up with the Australian Pavilion. Every country in the world has this big pavilion where you walk in, you line up, and you walk in, and that showcases all the brilliant stuff that they're doing.
What would ours be?
Ours was a lot of about our nature. We had a walk
Outback.
at the
Great
Outback.
Barrier
Right,
Reef.
okay.
The
Yeah.
Queensland Pavilion at World Expo, because we had one as well, because there was a host city, state, whatever. You got in this, like, you went inside, and it was like one of those boats that goes along a little fake river.
oh, I did too.
And you're all sitting there, and there's like, "G'day and welcome to Queensland," and then a crocodile would come out and go, "Brah!"
But
it was really cool.
It changed Queensland because
Yeah.
South Bank
yeah.
used to be industrial, and it was all sand pumping businesses and all that sort of stuff. So
This is a dangerous
It was
area.
they built it there. It's dangerous.
It totally revamped it and made it. It
And
was
that
the
is-
first time that they started to showcase it and go, hang on, we can make something out of this.
Well, that's the impact that 2032 could have on the future generations if we do it right.
Like,
That's
a
it.
1,000 times bigger than that.
Yep.
Maybe even.
Totally.
It was. Was it 6 months? It was
6
on for?
months.
It was
6
a
months.
celebration for 6 months.
Yep.
It was like
It was a party.
I've got to get to Expo. Oh, have you been to such and such country yet?
The New Zealand Pavilion. That was really good.
Who had the snow?
Oh, Switzerland.
Switzerland.
And,
yeah.
Ski slip
There was a
field.
fun park, and so I was in grade 10. So the thing when you do in grade 10 is every Saturday night you go and hang out in the fun park.
The Titan was the double loop
so
roller
there's always
coaster.
a different part that people
Look how
hang out
happy
in.
it makes you guys.
It makes
No.
everyone happy.
Yeah,
It does.
it did actually. It was a good time.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Last night was a classic example of why sometimes I really don't want to be married.
Jeez.
Or I definitely don't want to share a bed with Cliff. I mean, we always... we're talking about
Snoring?
this-
Is this snoring?
No, it wasn't actually snoring related. So it's about going to sleep. So I'm a really light sleeper, and I find it really difficult to go to sleep quite often. So for me, the ideal thing about going up to go to sleep would be to go up bed quietly, no one talking, some nice music on in the background, and just like the lights dimmed, have a shower. This sort of feeling. This is me when I like to walk up to my bedroom because I find it hard to fall asleep. I have a lot of thoughts in my head, and I just like to calm down and just read a little bit of my book and then fall asleep. Contrasting with Cliff. This is Cliff going to bed.
We put together a montage of his noises. So he's just letting it all out before he gets in.
What's that?
It was a jackhammer. It was a joke.
jackhammer,
It was a
that's
joke.
So he's just noisy.
He's so noisy going to bed. He literally goes up there because we both have a shower.
And then this is Suse
Yeah.
and Cliff and Suse.
Do you guys have that? It's like two people marry each other who are always the complete opposite in everything.
Oh! I just want to say this is a what do you call it? This isn't actually
A recreation.
It's a recreation.
This
Oh
is
yes,
a
yes, yes, yes.
recreation.
That's not
Okay,
actually
that's
Cliff.
not actually.
Oh, well, I thought
You didn't
this was
secretly record Cliff.
I thought that you'd recorded it on your phone.
No. It's an example of what. It's,
Oh, right.
it's paraphrasing of what
Right,
he's
of what he
like.
actually
I
like.
was gonna
So as
say.
we go up to we race to
So
this-
it's more like the getting into bed, or is he in when he gets into bed? It's more of that.
No, as soon as he gets into bed, it's this. No, as soon as he gets into bed, generally,
That.
like, turn everything off. Night, Suze. Like he's asleep. He literally hops into bed. Like I'm like,
So does that annoy you?
Yes, that is doubly annoys me.
Oh, okay.
But
The snoring I get too.
But we literally we race up to we race to the shower. You've heard this before because the second person who has the shower has to squeegee it. So you've got to get in first, so you don't have to do the squeegeeing to give it clean. But I like to not talk. But he's like whistling and then yelling, going, "Hey snoozer, how you going?" He might have done one little fluff last night too, and big burps. Have you got the burp one?
Oh, it's all in the one thing.
It's all the one thing.
There it is.
I think people get the message of what's happening. So it's not movement in bed, it's just noises.
This is before he gets into bed. Like I finally remember that my big bugbear was he would get on his phone then. Remember and watch Fisher and Instagram on Fisher, and that would be really noisy.
Yeah.
So head plugs would be not, iPods, what do they call them?
AirPods. No, but he's stopped doing that in bed. So when he gets in bed now, he used to do that. We have finally trained him. I have. It took 2 years for him to not turn on music in bed with Instagram.
Yeah.
Now just the point of getting to the bed is like it
So what do you think? You think it's single, different beds? Same room? No. Different.
No, well, that wouldn't fix it.
I think
initially I was like that European model where you have the beds together, but they're different doonas, different mattresses almost.
That's not the problem.
But that's not the problem.
No, he just needs to be more
Silent.
Silent.
Invisible.
He needs to be invisible when he comes to bed.
I think it's earplugs is your
But also,
only answer.
as he's louder and more excited, that's the thing. I'm starting to go, "You dirty dog! You're going to hop into bed now, and you're going to fall asleep in 1 second." Doesn't he not realise how difficult it is for me to fall asleep? And I want calm. I want I have the lights dimmed in the bathroom. He comes and turns them on like the brightest lights you can as well.
But you married him because he's a dirty dog. It's a cliff dog.
Yeah.
That's what drew you to him.
Yeah.
All the things that draw you to your partner at the beginning, I realise now the things that deter you. when you get older.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
News overnight that Anthony Albanese, our PM, has declared a nationwide age-based ban on social media accounts. So this includes Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook.
Twitter, presumably.
How is it going to affect our kids? At what age does it kick in? And then how is it going to be policed? There's plenty of questions. And Isabel Mullen, who is the political reporter for Channel 7 and is in the nation's capital at the moment, has been covering it also. Good morning, Isabel. I don't know if it's possible, but can you sum up to our listeners exactly what this new plan of attack is?
Yeah, good morning, guys. There's a little bit in it and plenty of detail that the Prime Minister hasn't uncovered yet, but he was up here in Canberra this morning on the breakfast shows having a chat about it. And what he's revealed is that the trial is already underway and they're looking at facial recognition as a way to regulate this. Some social media companies already use facial recognition, but it's never been enforced. We know TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, they have age limits of about 13 at the moment. But there's so many ways that kids can get online and get around it. So this would be more of a blanket nationwide ban. There would be heavy fines for social media companies that don't comply. Of course, they'd have to, be open to this, and that will be one of the biggest obstacles for the government moving forward. So they haven't introduced this legislation yet. They've set a deadline of the end of the year, so before the next election, and there's only about 6 sitting weeks left. So this will happen soon. We will have the finer detail of that legislation. But really it's about reducing exposure to negative things online, things like deepfake pornography and also exposure to online bullying. So it is a good move. It's something the Coalition proposed earlier this year in June. Peter Dutton was out calling for a social media ban. So the government's jumped on board. And hopefully, it's something that will have bipartisan support.
There's been a big correlation, hasn't there, between mental health problems and social media, and I reckon it's kind of snuck up on us. I think my generation is the last generation to have remembered a time without social media. So it has been crazy. Do you think the government's done something soon enough for all the social media access that young kids have had?
Oh, look, probably not. I know the Prime Minister said himself he's got a son, and 10 years ago this was a problem. It was a problem when I was growing up. So ever since the birth of social media, these addictions have started and kids have been exposed to all sorts of things. But he said himself that, the sooner we do something, the better. It is something that has the coalition support. They did say they would like that age limit to be a little bit higher, 16, so they'd only back this legislation if that age limit is lifted. So those discussions, will play out in the coming weeks, but at least they're talking about doing something.
Isabel, is there any precedence for this? Are we pioneers in trying to introduce this type of regulation into social media usage for our youths? And if so, if other countries are doing it, who are they and how has it been received?
I'm not aware of other countries that have been able to pull this off. I think there are, and I could be a little bit ignorant there, but I know that this has been discussed around the world. It came off the back of a 276-page report by former High Court Chief Robert French that was released on the weekend. So that outlined what the legislation could look like. It has had support by the states, particularly South Australia. Peter Malinauskas, the Premier down there, he led a discussion on National Cabinet on Friday about this. So it's something that a lot of people in positions of power are talking about. They really do want to see these changes. And if it has been pulled off by other countries, that's certainly what they'll be looking at as a blueprint for how they could do it here.
I think it's a win if they can do it. I mean, because it's not like, when you say like, just a total banning of devices, it's not like that where you'd be almost compromising a kid's ability to be able to engage and get employment, because that's the way it's going. But if it's just social media, if you can just somehow encapsulate that and take that out of their minds. And I guess the tech's getting good enough where they can probably do it. I mean,
how do they police it and say if it's 14 years of age and I'm just playing, just a hypothetical, I've got a 13-year-old kid who decides to bypass the system for whatever reason.
Well, the moment your dog can do it, right?
Gets himself a fake, or gets himself a social media account, and then he's found out who's punished. The 13-year-old kid.
Exactly.
The Facebook account. Is it Facebook that does it? Is it me as a parent? Like who?
They're the questions.
Who's responsible for it?
Yeah, well, that's something that they're all talking about at the moment.
Poor Isabel doesn't. We can't expect you to know this, by the way.
I think the Prime Minister said, look, he's using words like heavy fines, big penalties for social media companies, and these guys are some of the wealthiest people in the world. They could easily not comply, and then what would the repercussions be? It would be, okay, social media is banned in Australia. What does that look like? Is that actually possible? Probably not. So these are things that they need to iron out. They do need social media companies to be open to this, so they really need to bring them to the table and have discussions and convince them that it's, in their interest as well.
At the very least, it's another warning to parents saying, do what you can. I know it's difficult as a parent to try and limit your child's access to social media, which as a parent is almost impossible. I remember because you take your phones off them. I didn't realise I could get onto that's how dumb I was. On the laptops, they can get onto all their social media as well, which they need for school in inverted commas, all the time. So it's such a difficult war, isn't it?
Anyway. It's also going to be trying to change a culture too. Like I look at Archie, my youngest, he's 12. Well, he's got Snapchat. And you sit there and he'll be showing you something on his phone. He'll have 5 of his mates that'll be Snapchatting him stuff about whatever is going on.
Yeah,
now,
and
I probably don't know the whole of it, but there is a part to that is just a form of communication for him.
And role modelling as parents, like how much are we in front of the kids on our social media while they're watching us as well? So a good message for all of us to be wary of the dangers of social media.
Thanks, Isabel.
Thanks very much.
Isabel Mullen.
Yeah, you can keep up to date by watching 7 News on Channel 7 and 7 Plus, or you can follow online 7news.com.au.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Suze, have a look at Smarter Than Suse.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Did you hear what happened?
I'm so sorry.
Well, I wasn't here, so I'm not going to complain about your
I won
effort.
once.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear what happened.
Well, you took it to 1,200. But then he lost the 9 o'clock, so you're on a rebuild.
I heard he lost, from numerous sources.
Word travels.
It's tough.
I don't think you disgraced yourself, though.
I was like...
You got that first victory.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It
was pretty good.
There's been hard questions lately.
I got 11-11s like that.
121.
Bang.
121.
That was it, yeah. 11-11.
That was the big one.
121.
That's pretty good. Do you remember any other questions?
No, the one I missed, which would have got me the win, which my brain just couldn't work, was it an author?
Oh, no, it was the amphibian one.
Oh, that was ridiculous.
That was, yeah.
I probably.
Yeah,
But having said that, I didn't.
You don't reckon?
Not as if I knew amphibian.
Gotcha.
I knew it was there somewhere.
Yeah.
I went, hermaphrodite. Just as an idiot. Don't worry.
They're quite different.
there
Those
are
two
ones-
things.
The
bit
answer
earthy.
was amphibian,
Oh,
and
okay.
he said hermaphrodite.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Yes,
get that.
an animal that works in water and dry land.
Yes, that's right. It was the joke that cost him. That's
Yeah,
what
but I
I
didn't know.
remember now.
Yeah,
I said he
forgot.
couldn't help himself,
Yeah.
and it cost him.
There was
Sometimes
ano-
you gotta do that.
There was another one, an author or something, which I probably would have got if I'd have thought about it more.
Okay.
I forget what it was now.
Was it Jane Austen?
Jane Austen.
Yeah.
I remember saying, I bet your Suze would have got that.
Jane
Pride and Prejudice.
Yes, yes,
Pri-
yes, yes.
Yeah, would
and
you-
that,
do you
that
know
is in
that?
my brain.
Yeah, Jane Austen.
Yeah,
Well, then
obviously.
you definitely would have won.
But you had a massive weekend. I'm surprised you
I
were
mean,
even
it
able
was
to answer any questions.
extraordinary that I was even.
Your weekend was
operating.
mental. Every time I looked, you were in a different city.
I was
Yeah.
saying to
Different
him,
function.
if you put together a whole movie of that and you watched what he did in one weekend, you go, oh, the movie's far-fetched.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a bit stupid.
There's no way.
It was so big you didn't even want to talk about it on air.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say that at 3:30 a.m.
involved,
you just
etc.
caught a helicopter?
Yeah, I can say
somewhere?
I did get a chopper
A chopper at like
Yeah.
3:30? Well, that's when you told us 3:30 a.m.
and back. That was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It was weird stuff. Just
Flying choppers.
and it had nothing planned the day, and it just went boom, 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 boom.
It was one function. And then there was one time where he said, yeah, so we got in a chopper, and then, 2 hours later, I was emceeing a lunch at blah, blah, blah. So he was off
I
somewhere
was just
else.
at a lunch. It wasn't even Peter Pasoldis emceed it. I can say like the end of the day ended with me. I can say this. He's just a cool guy. I was just sitting in a kitchen for an hour and a half with Travis
Fimmel.
Oh, the Viking.
from Viking, just chatting with him.
Oh, wow. Is he
Yeah.
hot in real life?
He's really hot in real life.
Is he tall?
Yeah, he's done everything that we're
Is
not.
he?
Well, yeah, we're tallish, but that's where
He's a
the
juggernaut.
similarities of us and Travis end.
Did you go to the function with him, Dawn Fraser, and Carl Stefanovic?
No,
Okay,
but
just
no,
checking.
Travis was. Are you just joking?
No, they were at a function together at Noosa.
Oh
on the
no,
weekend.
actually, they were at
was
a
with
Smart
Carl.
Pups
Yeah. Were you
function.
at that?
I did catch up with Carl.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I wasn't at that function.
No.
But Travis, Fimmel, and Carl were at a Smart Pups function
With Dawny.
with Dawny. I didn't see Dawny,
She was
but
there.
they raised some great money.
She's
'Cause
the-
Smart Pups is so good, by the way.
Yeah, she's the patron.
Yeah, really, they do some great stuff. Smart Pups. But I don't know. Yeah, that was part of it.
Yeah.
And chop it back.
Get the chopper.
The Ash, Lutzi, and Susie O'Neill podcast.
I'm smarter than Suse.
Brighton Homes are now offering up to $35,000 cash back on their homes. You don't need to be smarter than Suse to live brighter and save more with Brighton.
Get out of here, Suze.
Josh out of Eden's Landing. Josh, Suze is trying to tell me who Brad
Yeah,
Pitt's
come
new
on.
girlfriend is.
It's not Anna de Armas.
She was saying it was Anna de
Anna de
Armas.
Ramos or something.
Yes. No, but it's not.
Misty Raymond.
But we might
We should get clarification
we'll
of that at some
sort
point.
that out a bit later. Sorry about that. How are you going? Josh, you good? What's going
Yeah,
on?
morning, mate. I'm very, very well. I'm on the way to work now.
What's your story? Where do you work?
Mate, I work at Isuzu Utes down in Springwood.
Oh, yeah, mate used to
I'm going to throw a bit of a shout out to Kima Cars, so if you need a new D-Max, come and see me.
Nice. Yeah, they look pretty good, those D-Maxes. I've heard good things. All right, well, good luck with all that, mate. You're on a bit of a rebuild here. Galatzi had a loss yesterday.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
He's too busy trying to come up with like funny answers rather than answering it correctly.
He went pretty good at 8 o'clock, but I didn't hear the 9 o'clock one.
Yeah, you didn't miss much, Josh.
So it's $100, but the kickback cave's in full effect. And speaking of cars, mate, the BYD Atto 3. We'll mark out to that for just a second. That's a beautiful car, and we're giving one away on our final show this year, and you get to choose the colour. And they're very sharp as well. So you're in the draw for
Nice.
that already, and Lutzi will take care of you in the cave. 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. What company produces the Kindle?
Ooh, don't know.
What rapper goes by the pseudonym The Fresh Prince?
Will Smith.
The city of hell can be found in which European country?
Don't know.
What animal is often dubbed the unicorn of the sea?
The Manta Ray.
What is 27 divided by 3?
9.
Stop the clock. Tough questions.
They
Very.
really were.
Sue said that the questions are getting a bit tougher. You finished with a bit of money in the
Just a
bank
little bit.
there.
2 seconds for you, Josh.
2 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, hard one
That's
to predict.
all I need,
this,
mate.
Josh.
It's 2 seconds.
That's all you. That's it. All right, well, let's bring in the GIMP and see if it's good enough.
There's a gap in there.
Oh, God.
And a quiz as well. There are people with answers and questions to tell. Open wide. There's a gap inside. It's GIMP School. It's GIMP School.
It's definitely making it.
Oh, harmonica solo.
It's GIMP School. It's GIMP School.
Disturbing.
Susie O'Neill! Hold the phone, Freddie! Susie O'Neill! It will be a miracle! You won't see anything like that again this year!
All right, you ready, Suze?
Ready.
30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. What company produces the Kindle?
I don't know.
What rapper goes by the pseudonym The Fresh Prince?
Will Smith.
The city of hell can be found in which European country?
Switzerland.
What animal is often dubbed the unicorn of the sea?
I don't know.
What is 27 divided by 3?
13.
Stop the clock.
What?
Tuco.
What? 13?
Oh, I don't know.
Tate.
3 9s. Oh, God. I got
Bamboozled, flustered.
flustered because
What? Just the questions I heard.
none of the questions were making sense. And then I
Difficult.
started to get negative and really negative, and I started to give it to myself and say, you're so dumb, and then it's over.
And then the next thing you know, you weren't even listening to the questions.
I'm not listening.
What
That's
company
exactly
produces the Kindle? You both said, I don't know.
Is it Amazon?
It's Amazon.
Kindle.
Yeah, I've got a Kindle. And I
Oh
buy
my
my books
God.
from Amazon.
Oh, dear.
See, that's when I started giving
Oh,
it to
no.
myself and saying,
Question
Dummy.
1.
And then you took that long with question 2. I think you were in your head giving it to
I'm
yourself.
still on question 1.
Just in her head.
Question 1.
What was number 2 again?
What rapper goes by the pseudonym The Fresh
Oh,
Prince?
that was right, isn't it? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that. But you took a while to get
Yeah.
that, that's all. So you got that too, Josh. So it's 1-all. The city of hell can be found in which European country?
I didn't know this one.
You weren't too far off, Suze. You said Switzerland. That's wrong. Josh, you said I don't know. It freezes over for 4 months a year in this country. Anybody else?
Well, it must be up Greenland or something.
Norway.
Norway. Yeah.
Norway.
I would have said Greenland too.
But Norway's a country. It's a country. City of hell.
Oh, very good point.
The city of hell can be found in which European country?
sorry.
Can be
Gotcha.
found in which European
Okay.
country? Yes.
You are
But that's a
wrong.
good point. So what is the city of hell?
Yeah,
on
is it
top of
like
that,
Trondheim or
it's in the
something?
country of Norway.
Yeah.
But what's the name of the city? Who knows? 1-all. What animal is often dubbed the unicorn of the sea? I don't
Anyone?
remember what you both said. It's an animal I've not heard
Manta
of.
ray, I think, was.
Oh,
Josh's
manta ray.
answer.
So it was the narwhal. Narwhal.
Who knows that?
Who
What do
knows
they,
that?
what do they look like? They
Not
got
a single
A
person would
unicorn.
know
no, they
that.
got a horn. Like
Must do.
one
Yeah, they got a horn on their head.
What, the narwhal?
Yeah, it's a type of whale.
Have you heard of it?
Oh, is that the whale that's got like the... Really?
horn on its
Okay.
head.
Yeah. All right.
That's like
That's a narwhal.
dinosaur kind of vibe,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So it's anyway. The score's still 1-all, and then the final question: 27 divided by 3.
Oh, dummy.
Josh
dumb.
said 9. Suze, for some ridiculous reason, said 13. That's wrong. Josh, you're smarter than Suze.
Oh, you ripper!
A newbie too.
Beauty!
Never played before. God, good job.
$100.
Thank you, guys.
Shall we go into the cave?
Where are you from? Eden's Landing. Where's that? I'll give you a $100 Community Cantina voucher, just to start with. Josh,
Yeah,
you're
Lutzi.
going to love
you.
that.
Don't sell it. Like, you got to use it.
Yeah, don't sell it.
Yeah, of course.
And
Not like bloody Sean from
Sure.
Capalba.
Caboolture! Oh, good recall.
Yeah,
Load him up.
yeah, Sean.
Load
Yeah,
Josh
okay.
up.
Just for that,
Lutzi.
mate. Just for that, you get a. You're also. What do you reckon about here? Any thoughts? Here,
I think so.
Down the bottom.
Absolutely.
A double pass to see Keith Urban at the Brisbane Entertainment Centre, August 15 and 16. Next year, the High and Alive World Tour coming to the Entertainment Centre. Tickets on sale at keithurban.com. And I'm also. You got family, mate, or you're single?
No, I got 2 little girls, 2 and a newborn.
A family pass to Sea Life Sunshine Coast Aquarium. Dive into Sea Life this school holidays. You can book online right now. Good on you, mate.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Love the show.
Cheers, Josh. Thanks, mate.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
The Prince is on. The Prince is on. The Prince is on. Ooh, he's on the streets. The Prince is on.
Bum bum. All right, we've been speculating in here, Mitch. Where are you?
You guys are right on the money. I mean, the first clue I thought was going to throw some people off because the 5 a.m. clue was we're near one of Brisbane's best beaches, which I think producer Lockie was having a little bit of fun. I tell you what, though, Russell, you saw straight through it, mate. I don't know if you were remembering when we were calling it Brisbane's best beach on our last visit there, but you said you went straight to Combsley Beach, which is not where we were, but you've been driving around following the other clues and you're the first one to find us. And where are we?
We're at the Combsley Aquatic Centre. Yeah, so I was trying to track him down from early this morning. So I went to the beach first and then come here afterwards. So.
And you're busy, man, because you're actually dressed for it. You said you got up there, you've been on site, you've been talking to builders, but I've been following the clues in the meantime and sorting yourself and the family out with a summer packs. Thanks to Rackley's.
Oh, it's brilliant. Thank you so much. Yes, I've been very busy this morning, but that's it. That'll come into handy with the kids going down to the beach. So Thank you very much.
No, it's all paid off.
You get a pool basketball, Mitch.
Yep.
One of those pool pets that. You know, you can blow them up and ride them around. They used to be like a pool pony.
Yeah.
But it's a pool cockatoo now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like a pool cockatoo.
Big
water gun.
A water gun.
Yep, there's over frisbees, a blow-up
slip and slide.
footy in there as well. There's a slip and slide in there as well, and the blow-up sort of basketball set as well. So you got the inflatable hoop that goes in the middle of the pool, and then the giant
sticks.
trolley as well to put everything. The dive sticks as
the
well.
The dive sticks are my favourite.
Yep.
I used to always win those.
Yeah. Did you play the one, Suze, where you do the dive sticks, like you close your eyes and then in one breath you had to swim all around the pool and pick up all
I never did the
three?
closed eyes one.
Well, and then someone else chucks them around?
It's not too late, is it?
No,
How do you know where they are?
We'll go somewhere today and do it.
Oh, God.
We'll get together for a pool party over the holidays, guys. It'd be great. Maybe down here. Well, it's all thanks to our Rackley swimming lessons. You can join before the end of September and get 2 weeks for free. You just got to visit rackleyswimming.com.au now, and a couple of more of these great packs to go by the end of the week, thanks to Rackley.
If you could incorporate Marco Polo with the dive sticks, I reckon you'd have the best game
That's
ever.
where my head went to.
Marco!
Polo.
Marco!
Polo.
I love it when my neighbours play that. It's really fun.
Did you ever play it like a bit sort of...
How old are they? Who knows?
15.
Oh.
Did you ever play it romantically?
No. What? You guys have all funny games.
No, you know, if you...
Oh, yeah, who are you playing Marco Polo romantically with?
If a girl...
Out of Boondall?
I didn't. I
Florida
must admit.
Street,
I just said I wanted
game.
to. All right, I wanted to.
It's a romantic
I
version.
thought it was a girl...
Fish out of water!
Yeah. No, not that. Oh, that's gross. No, but like if a girl you liked was like it was up, was Marco.
Yeah.
Maybe you let her catch her.
Oh, okay. Yes,
You know.
yes.
I never did it.
She'd be like Marco and Lutzi be in an air game polo.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Just on that song you just played, Buzz, I had some help. That got nominated overnight for Single of the Year at the Country Music Awards.
Okay. Well, that's interesting because I was trying to work out whether Post Malone's new album would have come out too late for those awards.
Well, yeah, that's interesting because Post Malone didn't get named as one of the vocalists of the year. He didn't get a nomination there. In fact, I think Single of the Year is his only nomination. But whether that encompasses the whole of that album, which is excellent, that he's just brought out.
Is this a worldwide competition, this Country Music Award?
I think
Is it American?
I think it's the American
right.
ones. But Morgan Wallen is the hot ticket at the moment.
Okay.
And that's who he does that song with, that I had some help there. But he's been nominated for Entertainer of the Year. I think that's his third straight year in a row that he's been up for the top prize.
Any Taylor Swift or
I don't know that
Beyonce?
Yeah, give sort of a list.
Country,
No, Beyonce's been snubbed.
Beyonce didn't get one.
Beyonce got absolutely snubbed. And then the female vocalist of the year, no, Taylor Swift. I don't know if they call her country anymore.
Not anymore. I think she's
Okay.
pop.
Okay.
This Morgan Wallen and Post Malone song was released on May 10, so maybe the cutoff was mid-year, June or something.
And
which was
maybe
before.
the album will be next year.
Yeah, because that did drop first.
Yeah.
Because I thought, why would You know, like if you break it down, there's no real difference between what Post Malone's done and what Beyonce's done, because they're just both normal artists who have just out of the blue done a country album.
Yeah.
And at first I thought, maybe it's because Post Malone collaborated and did duets with everyone, like everyone from Dolly Parton to
Chris
Blake
Stapleton,
Shelton, everyone.
Morgan Wallen.
I'm just looking at Cowboy Carter. So did Beyonce. She did Miley Cyrus. Post Malone, she did Levi Jeans with.
And Dolly Parton.
And really?
Did Beyonce do one with Dolly as well?
Jolene.
Yeah.
Tyrant.
Tyrant, but she also sang Jolene.
Yeah, right.
I thought she was in that.
The eligibility period ends on June 30 each year. So Post Malone's album was out in August.
Yep.
And the single, which he was nominated
Was in
for,
May.
was in May.
Like you said.
Yeah.
You know what's weird though is that I reckon if you go back even 10 years ago and you went through the nominations for Entertainer of the Year for country, I bet you there would be some people that you haven't heard of. But they're so much more mainstream. Like this year, here's the nominees for Entertainer of the Year: Luke Combs, heard of him. Chris Stapleton, everyone's heard of him. Morgan Wallen, Jelly Roll.
Yep,
I haven't heard of Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll's big guy. But he's burst onto the scene.
He looks a bit like Teddy Swims.
Teddy Swims.
Yes, he does.
Quite similar.
And then Lainey Wilson. And
Right.
she does a single with Post Malone on that.
Oh, really?
album as well.
Yeah, I'm looking at the names from 1990 for the CMAs.
Yeah,
Country
go on.
Music Awards, right?
Yeah.
Ricky Van Shelton, Clint Black, Randy Travis I'd heard of, but he was Country 5000.
Randy Travis.
He's still got straw in his mouth.
He's either
Alan Jackson.
He's either going to be a bull rider or a
Yeah.
country singer.
Alan Jackson.
Alan Jackson.
Was Andrew Simon's old favourite country artist.
Never heard of him.
Garth Brooks got a run, but then you got the Kentucky Headhunters, Travis Tritt, Laurie Morgan. A bunch of names you've never heard of, really. You've heard of all of them now.
Yeah.
It's bizarre how it's changed. Isn't
Laurie
it?
Morgan.
that's
I've
30
never
years.
heard of him.
What about Travis Tritt?
You could tell me he's on the
TT.
wing for Parramatta and I would have accepted it.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
My good friend Leanne St George connected me with an artificial intelligence guru yesterday. I actually did a podcast which isn't out yet, but the latest Toward the Games podcast, because I'm really interested in AI, in how it will impact, for instance, Sean Williams, who's the CEO of AutoGen AI, who I spoke to yesterday, they went to a lunch he spoke at, is talking about how even for the bid processes for our stadiums for 2032, AI it needs to play a part in just those bid processes now, extracting information which you can put together then and sell to our governments, etc., which will hopefully give us the best stadiums and best infrastructure. And that was where my sort of level of interest was, particularly at the lunch, but there was a lot of people from learning institutions, like Shannon Willoughby was there from UQ. There was people from Serena Russo and tertiary education.
Get that job.
Yeah, exactly.
How to get that job. Keep going.
So and also schools, and they started asking questions around with kids and AI, because the problem with AI is we're still trying to learn out what the hell it is and where it's going to be in a few years.
Well, it burst onto the scene just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it was kind of through schools and kids using it to do their essays and things like that, and basically saying, give me 1,000 words on, Marxism in the 18, or whatever, blah, 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 and it's just going bang, and there's your essay, and these kids were killing it.
And just quietly, I reckon it's being used by one or two teachers as well to come up with these speeches they have to make at assemblies. And
Well, of course.
And they're crazy if they're not using it, because it just can provide a template.
Yeah.
You can add some sort of muscle to the skeleton, but at least it gives you the skeleton of a pretty good speech.
Well, what it is you can essentially, the fact is, it can give you every book and every bit of everything ever published that's now digital. You can reach out and grab every single bit of information to do these things. So the message they're saying is that instead of kids, like banning it, I know social media is a different thing, but in this case, instead of going, no, AI, can't use it, what's going to happen is that you have to use it, and you will be using it, and it'll be how to use it ethically, and also, and then people will know that if you've just gone cut and paste, it won't stand up. You'll actually be using AI and then making, as a human being, decisions based on right and wrong and what's correct and what's true and what's false with information, and then constructing what will be a higher level of essay for kids. So what the kids are going to be sending back, or in university students are going to be sending back a higher quality of product, which will be integrated using AI and making us all smarter, as opposed to just being a cheating tool.
Hopefully.
Which it has been in the first 18 months. From what they say, AI will. Like, it's limitless what it will be able to, across almost every industry and every way of life, AI is going to impact us.
Well, if you just look at medicine, I saw a thing the other day, remember, with breast cancer detection. So they're going to have an AI device.
Medicine being the primary thing.
Will detect like a tumour way before humans can detect it.
So what they said, the example they gave yesterday, Susan, was like, I'm paraphrasing, 5 years ago, some guru of AI said, if you're a radiologist, let's stop becoming a radiologist, because within 5 years, radiology will be AI based. Will be heavily influenced by AI. We won't need radiologists.
Which is a breast cancer
example. Exactly.
Okay.
And so what happened was, it was correct in the extent that AI now does play a huge role in that. But what it did was give surgeons and medical practitioners a time-saving device where they don't have to worry about a bunch of stuff that AI now looks after, which means they're now looking after patients more and being able to focus on other areas. So there's actually more radiologists now.
Really?
Well, and in a bunch of different areas. That's just a little example.
Yeah.
It's actually not. It's not. Bringing down the human workforce.
It's putting them in a different direction.
That's the other thing we're worried about. Robots are going to take our jobs.
Yes.
They say that if it's done correctly, there'll be more opportunities for people to use this technology in whatever industry you're in, and it won't be just a bunch of robots eventually killing us all.
Did they speak at all about whether or not there's one particular part of either in industry or in society that's really adapted well to AI, and they're using as a reference of somebody who's got on top of it early, or is everybody just in the embryonic stages and trying to work it out as they go along?
Still embryonic, and I can only go on the examples given yesterday. And the example from the primary example yesterday, based on what this podcast was about, was that if you're bidding for something, a major infrastructure project, and you're not using AI or not even using it well, you won't even get a look. Okay, if there's 10 bids going in, and you're not using AI, or you're just dumbing down a bid, you're going to get a 6 out of 10 and run a sad fifth. Like the ones that are winning these bids now in that example with building stadiums and things like that, are using AI so effectively, even in a way that I asked the question yesterday. So if you've got all the information in the world about stadiums, and you can collate every stadium ever built, and then pack that into a bid about what we're going to be, in some way, that information and that data will be able to tell us what exactly we need in stadiums in 30 years from now, whether we need a 60,000 seat stadium or a 90,000 seat
Imagine
stadium.
if they pump all that into the computer, it comes out with Nathan.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Can I tell you about my socks?
Please.
Go ahead.
Because I'm so excited
You
about
did walk
them.
in and I feel like you're sort of trying to look like me a little bit.
No, well, these socks are finally coming of age. So you know how the sock, Ash brought it up, I think, the other day on the show, that the new fashion is socks up to your calves,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, like old school tennis socks.
Yeah, but probably back from the 80s, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Well, these socks are from the Sydney 2000 Olympics.
Oh, wow.
They were team issue,
That's so funny.
but they were very unfashionable back then. Because
they
back,
really?
Yeah, back then it was ankle socks. So we got a...
No emblem? No emblem.
Yeah, there's a Nike on them.
Oh,
yeah.
Nike, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's that
Back
Nike
then-
green from that. Yeah, I remember that.
We got a heap of team issue from Nike, like ankle socks and these calf ones, which I thought was daggy as hell.
Did they cop
the crew socks.
criticism?
No one wore them. Yeah,
Yeah.
we all wore our ankle socks because these were uncool. It's funny fashion, isn't it?
Well, that was
Or you'd wear them under slacks or something, but they wouldn't
Yeah.
be seen. You
No.
know, when you were wearing RMs, you'd wear them back in the day.
Yeah, but not just with shorts.
No.
And then that was what happened the other day for me. I came out and I was wearing the ankle socks, and one of it, I think it was Sid, goes, "Oh God, nothing pegs you as a whatever. What am I? A baby boomer? Gen?
No, you're not a baby boomer.
What am I?
Well,
whatever
Gen
I am."
X.
So he goes, "Nothing
Yes.
pegs you like a Gen X than wearing socks
Yeah.
like that."
look out, because I'm unfashionable today, and I'm wearing Tokyo Olympic socks.
Yeah,
But mine are ankles,
that was fashionable then.
but it's not now. It's been 4 years.
But these I kept. I kept in plastic bags. And
Yeah.
I've just
So they look brand new.
yeah, well, they've hardly been worn. and I've just started wearing them. But they're 24 years old and they're finally in fashion.
Oh, so you've just brought them into the rotation.
Yeah.
That
How
green,
good's that to keep things?
Yeah.
that
and get to
green
wear it?
Nike swoosh, that exact colour reminds me so much of the Australian team at the 2000
Yeah.
Olympics. Kathy Freeman's suit.
Yeah, it's
You know
a
what I mean?
particular colour of
It's a-
green.
it's just a yeah.
Yeah.
What sort of green would you call
I
it?
don't even know.
Yeah.
But it's a specific green that we used.
There was a good kit. Oh, no, I was just going to say on Kathy Freeman and something to do with fashion. I watched the replay of her 400 recently. It was a tribute to Bruce McAvaney and how brilliant his call was in that moment. But it did occur to me that in the 24 years since, nobody has used that running suit of Kathy. Like
No.
it never caught on.
It went over her head, didn't it? It was like a bodysuit.
Yeah, it was so distinctive.
It did never catch on. And also, how much extra pressure did it put on her wearing that ridiculous suit?
Yeah.
I mean, I would just imagine being her.
Yeah.
And you walk out there, you're already the favourite, meant to win.
Yeah.
You walk out in a funny suit.
And would you put a hood on? Literally a hoodie.
Yeah.
Like, that would make you so nervous.
Had she worn that before the Olympics?
I don't think so. I think it was
it just came out for the Olympics.
yeah, they just released it Nike for the Olympics. The
and
same way that Dennis Mitchell had those glasses that went over his head that had a one and done as well in
Okay.
athletics.
Yeah.
About Oakley.
But if you know,
Don't talk about Oakleys.
if you know
Doesn't trigger me.
Catherine Freeman, as she likes to be known, she hates attention. She like for her to put on that suit and
Yeah.
to get more attention. Must have been someone must have made her do
Someone
that.
would have made
I'd
her
love
do
to
it.
ask
I think I
them.
know exactly who would
I
have
know
made
exactly
her
who
do it.
made her do
actually.
it too.
You do as well. Yes.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
The passing of
James Earl Jones.
thank you, James Earl Jones.
Yeah, I'm just who passed away age 93. The voice of Darth Vader for me, but also just looking up the TV screen that had a great role in Coming to America. That great
Oh, he did too.
Eddie
Murphy
film.
Eddie Murphy film. Yes,
He played the dad of the.
He did too.
The king of the country, whatever it was.
That's right. He was
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's father.
Yes, yeah, he was.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
his father. Yeah.
And
What
he
a
alwa-
great movie.
Was he always in the Darth Vader suit?
Yeah,
Or was
so
just
you-
his voice? Because he didn't have to really be there.
No, he was never in the suit. It was just his voice. And then
Okay.
when eventually, spoiler alert, they take Darth Vader's face off.
Oh, you're kidding.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's not his face in there.
no.
It was another actor.
Mufasa as well from The Lion King is the other one. That's probably
Was he?
yeah, iconic for me.
I love that movie.
But just one of those famous voices more than anything.
Oh, yeah.
Like Morgan Freeman,
he had
just
some plums.
a singular voice.
Yeah.
Very
Deep-
unique.
Deep plums.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
If you want to win $250 food and beverage voucher
Yeah.
to go experience the new Star Brisbane. I know you've experienced it, Suze, at Riverfire.
Oh, yeah, it was amazing.
Beautiful spot, right?
Oh, the sunset that you see from that level of the sky deck is amazing. Anyone can go up there too. You don't have to be special. I had some friends that went there over the weekend with their kids because you can stand on this glass thing
Yeah.
and look down
Sky deck.
at
Yeah,
the
wow.
like looks like you're standing on air.
What, the floor?
Yeah, the floor's glass.
How good's that?
Yeah, in one section, not the whole sky deck. That would be
What do you look down on?
ridiculous.
Totally unsafe.
The road? What's underneath
I
you?
haven't actually done it.
Oh,
They sent me a photo.
Doesn't make you jittery?
Well, I didn't find it when I was there. I was too busy.
Drinking
Is he
free.
As soon as I got
drinking?
there, it was a really big lineup to get the drinks. So I double parked. I got there, I got a beer and a champagne, and I stood there, and Cliff went and got a big bowl of prawns, and I went.
A big bowl of prawns.
That was the best
gosh.
part of the night I went to. Was a big.
how
It was a
good.
Riverfire night. It was a big bowl. I reckon as big as. Oh, how big? Like how big is that? Half a metre.
Of prawns?
Peeled. All peeled.
Already
I've got a
peeled?
photo of it somewhere. Yeah, like a big. Are you starting the song?
Yep.
A big bowl of prawns. It was the best.
That's
the
heaven.
best
You
thing
know,
I've
if-
ever
if
seen
you-
at a
if-
function.
If you don't peel your prawns, that is heaven. Vicky out of Kedron, you're a winner though. You there, Vicky?
Yes,
You got the $250 Star voucher.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Have you checked it out yet?
No, I haven't yet, but I was sort of waiting for it to die down a little bit.
Yeah, I heard it was crowded. The I think Bill,
I'd
one of his
imagine.
friends, went to the casino.
Yeah.
They said it was chockers.
Yeah, it's been busy as anything.
Be a good time too. Like finals footy just around the corner for
Yep.
the next
That
month or
sports
so.
bar,
That
live
sports
wire.
bar's going to be going off.
Yep. Well done, Vicky. $250
Thank you so
is
much.
all yours.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
The Prince is on. The Prince is on. The Prince is on. Ooh, he's on the streets. The Prince is.
Mitch.
Mama.
Hello, guys. Good morning. Oh, it's a great morning down here. Takeaway Tuesday. I mean, we're always making people happy. I dare say this is a very good one. And Paris, who nominated yourself and your workplace. First of all, good morning.
Hello, how you going?
Now you've been doing this. This isn't your first time you've tried to win Takeaway Tuesday, right?
Like every week for a month, I reckon, maybe 2 months.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Well, I dare say that you've waited for a good one here, guys. I know we're just talking about it. KFC, $250 worth. All the shock faces of everyone in the office that are looking around. Yeah. I know, right?
Thank you.
You guys are just talking about that $9.95 packed lunch. I mean, I'm thinking about it at home and how much my kids love it as well. And there's like a $50 like family feast box, and we've kind of worked out that is great for 3 growing boys, people with 6 in a family. And I tell you, I could buy families after families worth with this $250 worth here. How many people we got in this office? There's a lot of big burly boys walking around doing a lot of lifting and stuff. But how?
15 in our office, but in the whole depot there's probably maybe 1,000.
Okay, well, we're probably not going to invite the whole depot over, but
I wouldn't have thought
at least in the office here. So congrats. And you're saying obviously you won Takeaway Tuesday, but you're a big fan of Smarter Than Suse. You couldn't believe the loss that happened yesterday. We're not going to mention it again, Lutsy, but you said you haven't been game enough to call up. But maybe Suse, you can encourage Paris to have a go. Reckon she gets them all right, but hasn't been game enough to call up yet.
Do it. Come on.
Maybe. I'll try next week, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you enjoy the win this week with Takeaway Tuesday, thanks to KFC. You can head in there and get more bang for your bucket. As we said, the KFC's packed lunch for just $9.95 and not available on delivery there. And a big thanks to yourself at Paris down at Follamont Transport at Eagle Farm. Hopefully you and the rest of the team enjoy many lunches thanks to KFC.
Thank you so much. That's why you get the Nova Player app.
Oh, there we go. She's ticking the boxes. That's what she's, listening every morning.
That in the promo.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
I'm smarter than Suse.
Brighton Homes are now offering up to $35,000 cash back on their homes. You don't need to be smarter than Suse to live brighter and save more with Brighton.
Aaron out of Carina.
Hey, Ron.
Never played before, but what's going on, mate?
Oh, it's just a lovely day today.
Nice. It says here you work as a day trader. Like, I know what that means, but explain to someone like Lutzi exactly what that entails.
I do most of my trading at night.
So I trade currency.
Ooh, okay.
What's the American dollar like at the moment?
Don't even have to ask, do you?
It's very strong at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So
it's strong. It's strong.
Yeah.
Aussie dollar's getting a bit weak because of the price of iron ore.
Oh, is that what it is?
Oh.
Yeah, that's not good for you then, Ash. You're heading over there.
Yeah.
In fact, so am I. What am I talking about? Remember the days when it was parody?
Oh, I remember. There was a while, like back in 2014 or something, there was like...
2012.
2012, was it? God, you're good. Yeah.
Why didn't we buy a house in that together, you and I?
I had a mate that bought a boat in from the States. Like so much cheaper. It was like dollar for dollar.
It was crazy.
Insane. Yeah. And it only lasted for a little while, didn't it?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's back to what is it now? 60 cents or something?
62.
Come on.
66.
Yeah. 66.
He knows his stuff.
Yeah, he's good.
Doesn't he?
All over it. I'm all
Aaron?
over it.
He's a day trader.
Ron. What are we playing for? Is it $200?
$100.
100. Okay. All right. Well, hey, Ron, let's go. Let's go, mate. Let's see how you go when the spotlight is upon us. 30 seconds on the clock. Time starts now. At what fast food chain can you buy a Whopper?
100 Jacks.
How many Prime Ministers has Australia had?
46.
Johnny Depp is famously afraid of what?
Water.
What sport has been played on the moon?
Soccer.
Spell dynamite.
Pass. Don't know.
Stop the clock.
Okay.
Can I say, you sold every answer there, Aaron. Like every answer, I'd be confident you know it based on your demeanour.
Yeah, I had no idea about the sport on the moon.
I think Suse will get that. I just got a feeling Suse will get that one. How long did Aaron have?
Well, 7 seconds left.
Well, you were quick.
Raced through it.
You were quick and you're not getting pantsed. Okay.
So.
That's something.
Oh, I've got pants on if I need to take them off. So.
All right. Well, let's see if it comes to that. I don't think it will, though. Let's bring in the gimp. This is Matt with the gimp today. Bit of Boomtown Rats. I'm tipping.
Is it an instrumental?
Yeah.
Bring in the gimp.
Oh, God.
Bring in the gimp. Bring in the gimp.
That's it.
That's my friend, Matt.
Of course it is.
Oh,
Let's catch up, world.
Susie O'Neill! Hold the phone, Freddie! Susie O'Neill! It will be a miracle! You won't see anything like that again this year!
Okay, you ready, Suze?
I'm ready.
30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now. At what fast food chain can you buy a Whopper?
Hungry Jacks.
How many Prime Ministers has Australia had?
38.
Johnny Depp is famously afraid of what?
Spiders.
What sport has been played on the moon?
Golf.
Spell dynamite.
DINAMITE.
Stop the clock.
I should have done a joke with one of those questions, but I've already forgotten one of the questions.
Yeah, there's one I
was like, what was it? God, your mind goes...
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, the Johnny Depp one. It should have been...
Afraid of what?
his
Em
dog.
does on his bed.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
His dog does on it. Oh, no, it was her.
It was her.
It wasn't
She did it.
her.
Suze, she did it. On the bed.
On the bed.
Well,
On
God.
the bed.
On the bed.
Gee, she must have really hated him.
That's the most vicious breakup letter of all time, isn't it? Oh, yuck. Okay, at what fast food chain can you buy a Whopper? You both said Hungry Jack's. Flame grilled Whopper.
Burgers are better at Hungry Jacks.
Yeah.
Burgers are better, yep.
It's 1-1. How many Prime Ministers has Australia had? Aaron said 46. Sue said 38. Correct
34?
31.
Oh. Do you count people who've done it multiple times?
I didn't
Kevin
count
Rudd.
any of them. I'm not sure what they've
I mean, we're all
I'm not
still
sure
out.
what they've done. Yeah, I see your point, though. Like someone who
Regular
went
Rudd.
away and then came back.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask Chris Jones from the Courier Mail what they do in the quiz there. To find
Yeah,
out the
that's
answer
where
to
that question would have come from.
It is, it's 1-1. Johnny Depp is famously afraid of what? What did you say, Aaron?
Water.
Water, that's wrong. Suze, you said
Can't remember.
Spiders.
Spiders. Oh, thanks, Aaron.
It's clowns.
Is he afraid of clowns?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Pussy.
Lucky call of the week. We wrapped it up early.
Agree.
We'll chat to you Friday, Aaron.
Pussy.
Friday, you're in. Yep.
What sport has been played on the moon? Aaron, I don't remember what you said.
Soccer.
Yeah, soccer. Sue said golf, and that's correct.
Yeah.
I read it the other day.
Yeah.
I read it the other day. It just happened,
As
didn't
soon
it?
as I said it, I was like, oh, shit, it's golf.
Isn't there footage of it somehow or other?
Yeah.
Presuming that they filmed it. Yeah. Not much point otherwise, is there?
Yeah.
Pretty
How
go
did they
with
get the
golf.
ball on the ground?
But I wonder what they
Yeah,
hit.
they
Like, I
film
wonder if would
Yeah.
you hit it further? Like if
The ball would have floated.
If you hit a 7-iron,
Just never lands.
if you hit a 7-iron 150, what do you hit it on the moon?
I'm sure it goes on a
There'd be-
meter.
There'd be no wind.
Of infinity.
It's like putting.
Yeah. Someone look that up for me, please. Who hit what? What was it?
But what's the ball made of? Because it would float in the air. It needs to be stuck on the
heavy.
ground.
I don't know.
Come on, Lockie needs to get home.
Thank you, Aaron.
Definitely call of the week.
It's 2-1, Suze.
fire.
And then spell dynamite. You got that wrong, Suze. D-Y. D-Y-N-A-M-I-T-E. 2-1 victory, Suze.
All right, Aaron's in a hurry, so better not go to the
Well,
cave.
he's a day trader, mate. Yeah.
A day trader. Wow, that sounds fancy.
All right, in you go. Load him up, Lutz. Good value.
Apparently, Neil Armstrong hit a 6-iron on the moon. That's what they're saying.
How
here.
far?
I don't know.
Find out that. $100 Hey Chicken voucher. Spicy mugs, you got tacos and everything there, Aaron. You're going to absolutely love it if you haven't already been there on the Brunswick Street Mall. Hey Chicken. And also, I'm going to double up here and give you a $100 Enigma voucher. Enigma's
Nice.
an awesome new party spot, mate. In the valley. You're going to absolutely love it there as well, mate. And anything else there? You want to jump out there?
Any gold class tickets?
Oh, you know what? Event cinemas, I don't think we do at the moment.
No, not at the moment,
Not
sorry,
at the moment, but
Aaron.
if you're really good on Friday and call of the week, we'll
Yeah.
see what we can do there, mate. But enjoy, brother. Talk to you soon.
Cool, thanks for that.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.